Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about how Marvel, we're going to talk about American culture, and we're going to talk about how Marvel built a path to transformative mental health, taking your mental health from weak to strong, and how they built this path. They built it, and then they presented it in New Avengers, the new film starring, in my humble opinion, starring Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Sebastian Stan, Hannah John Kamen, and Wyatt Russell, and Lewis Pullman. Fantastic film with a beautiful, beautiful message. So let's dig into it. Okay. So basically, I think Marvel saw the really very powerful need to change the game. Like, I think right now mental health is a major issue in America. People want to have they want to move their mental health from weak to strong, but they're not sure how, right? And the traditional model is just like, the people who use the traditional model the most are Hollywood. They have the money and they're very progressive. Like, the traditional path, people of faith have been able to manage this for a long time, right? Like, Christianity helps you manage this, but without that, people have turned to couch scribblers, and no one has used them more than Hollywood, and Hollywood is screaming it with every small and large screen project: do not engage with couch scribblers. They will, and really, like, big and small screen projects, shows and movies are just like, let us show you every possible way a couch scribbler can betray you, harm you, cheat you, rob you, and I defy you to point me to a single instance of a positive description of a couch scribbler from Hollywood. I think you might be able to find one or two. I think I can put 50 up that go the other direction. Right, so like the macro is saying, do not engage with these guys, and they've used them more than anybody, right? So at that point, I think Marvel's like, we gotta solve this, right? And so I think they tried, and I think their solution is pretty darn good. So let's talk about a specific method they talked about in the movie. So how do you do this? You form a team of skilled people, and you fight for good together, right? And this works because you're not dealing with your friends anymore. You have a team. It's not your friends. This is very important, okay? It's not your friends. It's not the group of people you work with. It's a team you form together of skilled people who are going to fight good together, right? And then you go about the work of fighting good. And that's what fixes it, right? Because basically once you start doing this, one, you realize your brokenness does not make you special, and it's not even remotely unique. Everybody's got major levels of brokenness. It's not a big deal. Like, your brokenness is not a deal. And then as you fight for good, the biggest thing that happens is we don't have time for your brokenness. You need to accept yourself as a good, kind person and somebody of value right now, because we need you stable and ready to fight. Period. We don't have time for your brokenness. And that's how you shove your brokenness aside, right? You're just like, no, this team needs me. They need to move past my self-pitying. They need to move past my sadness. And this is literally shown in the film. They're just like, we don't have time for being sad. We don't have time for, like, to allow these problems to keep us down anymore. We have to manage. We have to solve them right now. Right now. No time to do the work, right? No time to, like, talk to each other nicely. We've got to do it right now. We need to manage these problems because, frankly, they're not that special. They're not that hard to take care of if you put any pressure on a performing, right? Really fascinating. So let's talk about a specific method in the film that they used, right? So Sentry turns into Void, right? And he is, I don't know, air quotes, harming people. Was he? I don't know. There was this situation where, actually, the best way to say it is that Sentry is very sad. I don't think what he was doing to anybody was really a problem, right? Like, you're in a shadow realm. How's that different than being in a regular realm? I don't know, right? Like, let me put it this way. Void was a lot safer to people than Sentry. Everybody's like, we need to defeat Void. I'm like, you don't need to defeat Void. You need to defeat Sentry, and he handed your butts, right? So I get maybe that'll get handled in the next movie, right? But Sentry is he's beating up on. That's the best way to say it. Sentry is beating up on. Sentry is making it difficult for Void is making it difficult for Sentry to live. Okay, and so they have to fight him, right? And what Yelena Belova says to Robert Reynolds, Sentry, is she's like, we're together now. That's all that matters. That's it, right? And so what she's saying is, we're together, and that's a big deal, right? So she's saying, hey, you're here and I'm here. That's a big one. That's a big one, right? Because they made it very clear that Yelena had been choosing, like, had been saying, I'm not happy with my life, right? But at this point, she's saying, I'm here, you're here, we're together, right? And we're together, not as friends, just as people supporting each other, right? We're and not no romance, no romantic connection, just we're together, and this is important, right? And actually, it's all that matters is that we're here and we're together, and it's left unsaid, but we're fighting evil. We're destroying. We're fighting for good. We're destroying evil, right? And they're going to continue to do that. They're going to continue to protect the weak. They're going to continue to aid the weak, protect the commoners, and destroy evil. That's it, right? And they just keep moving forward. And this is really important to understand, not as a job. They don't get paid for this. Nobody pays the Avengers, right? Like, the Avengers don't avenge because they're paid. This is what they do. This is the important thing that they do. And they don't need money for it. It's not a friend group. It's not a group of, it's not a group working together. It's a team. It's a team accomplishing a goal, right? And she says, we're together, and that's all that matters. And what she's saying is, yes, you're sad, but I've chosen to be here with you. I value your skills. I think that you are useful for the goal of fighting for good. And that's all you need. You just need one person to say, you are useful. You are useful, right? And that's powerful. That's all that matters. For people who are not people of faith, this is a fantastic way to manage their mental health, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.